is energy storage. Yeah, now so energy storage. Now, if we discuss about the energy storage, means the capture energy produced in one time to be used for the next time. Itulah dia energy storage. Agak-agak kalau tadi Lukman, apa ya Lukmannya yang one type of the energy storage yang selalu kita boleh pakai? Lukman, agak-agak Lukman. What the type of the energy storage? Maybe every day, every time we use it. Saiful, Lukman. What the one type of the energy storage that we use maybe or every day, every time.
Battery, Encik.
Battery Dennis it is for the not the simple one type of the energy storage battery. Where is it? Maybe in the handset. Kalau handset not store directly, can be store also. Store means if the current for the charging is higher than usage. This one. Now the difference between the charging current and using current itulah can be stored in our battery. Atau handset kita bagi off, after that we charge. Nah so maybe after full kita simpan, we store, and then next tomorrow for example we use it. Atau handset kita malam karena sebab kita tidur kita charge malam, full pagi kita guna. It is the one type of the energy storage. Nah so the battery, the type of energy storage we can call the electrochemical. Nah so this one. Nah so the first we want to discuss about the energy storage. Energy storage is the capture of energy produced at one time to be used at the next time. We can see from this figure, classification of energy storage technology. The first what we can call as electromechanical. It is that can divided by pump, hydro, and compressor, and also flywheel. Nanti saya explain And then the classification is electromagnetic. It can be divided it can be divided by supercapacitor, superconducting magnetic energy storage, SMES. Nah inilah tadi yang baterai masuk dalam electrochemical, masuk hydrogen and also battery in here. The last is thermal storage, that can produce by the sensible and latent energy. This one Okay, the first we want to discuss about the first classification is electromechanical. So in here there is comparison between mechanical to be electrical or inversely. From the mechanical to be electrical or electrical to be mechanical. The first what we can call as pumps, hydroelectric storage. PHS. I read Its operating principle is based on managing the gravitational potential energy of water by pumping it from a lower reservoir to an upper reservoir while consuming power from the grid, or by releasing water from the upper reservoir to the lower one when energy needed to be injected into the grid. Okay, look at this figure. Now in this pump hydroelectrical storage, in here, the main component can be divided, I can call as 5 part lah in here. The first, low reservoir, means water will be stored in here first, and then the second, upper reservoir. Yeah, it is same. It is for the store water also. And then look at here. It is like when we discuss about the micro hydropower plant or hydropower plant as penstock. Yeah, like pipe. In here, pipe has function two type. Yeah, to pump the water from the lower to go our reservoir. And then this look at here, it is power hose. Mean power hose contain the generator. How to operate it? Yeah, now so when mean it is connected to the utility grid lah. Yeah, when the electric is supplied from the electric utility grid. Now, so in here including water pump. Now, the water pump the water from the lower reservoir here, to upper reservoir. Yeah, the water flows through this pipe. Yeah, in here. And then maybe it is stored in here, the water. And in one time, maybe there is no electric from the utility. What can call here is probe. Probe, the valve of the gate is open. Now so water flow through this pipe and then struck the water turbine of the generator. Now so the rotor, the turbine connected to the rotor generator, so the stator can produce electricity. Nah, itulah the system we can call pump hydroelectric storage. Okay, look at when the water is stored here in the upper reservoir. And then we know the water can flow through this pipe. Why? Because there is gravity. And also from this lower to upper has Higgs edge. Now, so how many energy can be produced by the system? It is given by this one, rho GHP. Rho in here is water density, 1000 kilogram per meter power 3. G in here is gravity. H in here is Higgs. Higgs here. From here to here, from lower to upper reservoir. And V in here is volume of the water that stored in this upper reservoir. Now, so the unit in the joule. This one. This energy can be stored by the system pump hydroelectric storage. Okay, any question? So ini banyak ini explain aja, the theoretical only, this one. Energy storage and also electrical hazard and safety. Any question? Lukman?
No, sir.
No. Jadi macam micro hydro lah, hydro power plant ya. Okay, kalau tak ada, the second type of the electrical mechanical, what we can call as the compressor, compressor. Compressed air energy storage. I read first. CAS system are best conventional gas turbine technology. Energy is stored in the form of compressor air in an underground storage cavern at pressure between 40 to 70 bar at near ambient temperature. Another possible is to store the an above ground tank. The air is the additional mix with natural gas and combusted for increased efficiency. When energy needs to be injected into the grid, the compressor air is drawn from the storage cavern, heated, and then expanded inside of high and low pressure turbine, which convert most of the energy of the compressor air into rotational kinetic energy. Then the rotational energy is converted into electrical energy in a generator. Yeah, this one. Okay, please look at this one, this figure. Yeah, this figure can be part by two parts. Yeah, the first we can call as gas power plant. Yeah, mean gas power plant, the main source come from the gas. Gas, yeah, is as a result of the fossil fuel. Yeah, now so means the earth is drilled and it is cavern, yeah, that produce the gas. Yeah, gas is flow through this ear and strike the gas turbine. Yeah, same the gas burn connected to the rotor generator, the stator produce electricity. Yeah, means when this gas power plant operate, yeah, means in here, look at here, there is motor. The energy motor come from this grid. Yeah, motor coupled to the compressor. Yeah, to compress air and store in this cavern. Ya, mananya dia akan bantu this gas lah lagi kuat macam itu ya. Nah nih, it is lah the compressor, ya, air energy storage. Ya. Okay, and then the next type of the electromechanical, what we can call as flywheel energy storage system. Yeah, we read flywheel storage energy kinetic, yeah, in a rotating disc that is mechanical coupled to the shaft of an electrical machine. When the machine accelerates, that is operate as motor, energy is transferred to the flywheel and stored in the form of kinetic energy. Yeah, in opposite time, the flywheel is discharged when the electrical machine regenerates through the drive. That is when the speed of the system is reduced. Okay, look at this figure. Yeah, it is of the principle of the flywheel energy storage. Yeah, same here, like the machine. Yeah, machine can act as motor and also generator. Yeah, means when the motor, yes, carry current from the, yeah, for example, from the 10B, yeah, motor move. Yeah, motor move. And this flywheel is move. Yeah, this one is flywheel. Yeah, and then when stop, and then in momentary time, yeah, flywheel can move. The moving of the flywheel, yeah, will move the rotor of this machine. So in this time, yeah, apa nama nih? Mesin act as the generator. Now means store energy in here, yeah, when the motor move, yeah, and then mechanical here is stored in this flywheel. Yeah, this one, yeah. Okay, and then in here, look at here, yeah, in this case, motor move mean produce the moment inertia. Move has the acceleration, omega. Now, so the energy stored by this system, yeah, is given by 1/2 J omega power 2, yeah. J in here is moment inertia and omega in here is acceleration. Yeah, understand? Boleh? Nurul Aimi?
Boleh, Cik.
Ya, saya Danis ini banyak cakap aja nih. Ya, banyak cakap. Banyak explain lah. Mana-mana yang tak paham bagi tahu ya. Okay, this part of the this all is part of the electromechanical, and the second classification of the energy storage, yeah, before what we can call as the electromagnet, yeah, magnet, yeah, capacitor and inductor, yeah, we can see. Okay, the first is superconductive magnetic energy storage, yeah, SMES. Yeah, it is related to the coil, yeah, related to the coil, inductor. Yeah, I read in this type of the system, the energy is stored in the magnetic field This magnetic field is created by a DC current flowing through a superconducting coil at cryogenic temperature. Superconducting material present almost negligible resistance while at cryogenic temperature, so the magnetic field in the coil can be created and maintained with a very small amount of current flowing through the inductor, or the coil, and then the energy stored is determined, by the self inductance in the coil, or inductance of the inductor, L Henry, and current flow through the coil, is given by 1/2 Li power 2. Look at this one. We can see here. There are red and black cable. Mean it is for the current flow here. And then it is tank. Tank. We can imagine a coil. So we know, if it is coil, based on the right hand rule principle, if it is coil, coil is flowed by the current. The direction of the current like this one. So the flux direction is indicated by this thumb. Now so the inductor has inductance of the inductor L, and current flow through here I. So how many energy can be stored is given by 1/2 Li power 2. This one. It is energy that can be stored by the inductor, by the coil. This one. Okay, and then the second type, what we can call supercapacitor energy system. Now, so the first before inductor, this one is capacitor. Supercapacitor are based on an electrochemical cell that contain two conductor electrodes, an electrolyte, and a various membrane that permits the transit of ions between two electrodes. The electrode and the electrolyte are electrical charge. The cathode is positive charge and the anode is negative charge. And the electrolyte contain both positive and negative ion. When between the anode and cathode produce the voltage, and then capacitance has the capacitance of the capacitor, the energy that can be stored by the system is given by 1/2 CV power 2. Now, so please imagine, this one is like capacitor that construct by the three part. The first is anode, is as negative charge ion, and then this one is cathode, is as positive charge ion. Between anode and cathode, this is membrane. Now, so in here, when anode and cathode connected, electron will move from anode to cathode. And then remember, current flow through this cathode to anode. Means in here is as positive terminal and here is negative terminal. Now, so between here to here, there is potential V. And then value of this capacitance obtained. Now, so how many joule energy can be stored by this capacitor? Given by 1/2 C V power 2. C is capacitance of the capacitor and V in here is potential of this capacitor. It is energy that can be stored by the supercapacitor. Okay? Ada persoalan about the electromagnet as the energy storage? Tak ada
Tak ada, Doktor.
Tak ada, betul ya Nurul ya? Boleh paham ya?
Betul.
Okay, and then next classification of the energy storage is what we can call electrochemical. Ya, electrochemical. Macam tadilah battery ya. Yeah, we can see. Okay, battery. A battery energy storage system convert electrical energy into potential chemical energy while charging. Yeah, and release electrical energy from chemical energy while discharging. Yeah, it is based on the reduction and oxidation reaction. Yeah. Okay, this one is battery ya. Nanti ini saya explain lah ya. Yeah, it is important to understand the specific nomenclature commonly used while defining energy capacity. Ini energy capacity. For example, we could read the datasheet that battery is rated at 10 ampere at 2C or 10 ampere at C over 5. In the second case, the battery will provide 10 ampere over 5 hours. Yeah, 10 ampere hours over 5 hours is equal to 2 ampere. Or like this one, yeah, 10 ampere hours over 0.5 hours. Now, so is connected by the load with the ampere to amperes. Yeah, with operating time is 30 minutes. Okay, look at this battery. Ya, kalau bateri-bateri yang habis pakai buang, ya, after using the battery and then kita buang lah ya. Atau bateri-bateri yang selalu iyalah, yang bateri A3 itu kan udah dibuat sedemikian oleh apa? Manufacture by the factory, and then after that we can use. Ya, itu kan udah di store dia punya energi ya. Ya, remember ya, energy kan is equal to power multiply time ya. Okay, it is the battery ya, cannot be charged. Ya, for example this one. Okay, when we use the battery like this one, yeah, same like the capacitor and also like the fuel cell. Yeah, the battery is constructed by two element lah. Saya cakap ya. Same, it is the anode and this one is cathode. Yeah, by the electrolysis process. In here occur chemical process ya, chemical process. Now, so this anode is as also positive and negative charge ion, and this cathode is as positive charge ion. Ya. Anode tadi negatif ya, a negative charge ion. Now, so electron flow here, and then current flow from the cathode to anode, and then it is electrode. Now, so in here occurs what we can call as the redox reaction. Yeah, redox reaction means one reaction that the number of atom on the right side should be equal the number of atom in the right side. This one ya. Nah, dia kan selalu how many volt can be generated ada dekat redox reaction. Ya, this one. Nah, dia punya dia punya tadi yang kita sebut energy capacity atau battery capacity. Selalunya if we read the datasheet of the battery, dia selalu lekat itu di sampingnya. Dia terus, for example 12 volt how many ampere hours. Nah, ampere hours inilah yang kita boleh katakan sebagai energy capacity of the battery or battery capacity. Ya, ampere hours mean how many amp the battery can supply to the load. Ya, for example ya 20 tadi 30 ampere hours, for example lah 30 ampere hours. Ya, nah so current can flow through the battery and the load is 5 amperes. Nah, so 30 ampere hours over 5 is equal to 5 amperes. So it's equal to 6 hours. Means battery can store, can give the load energy until 6 hours. Lepas itu should be charged back. Itu kalau in term of the battery. Okay, and then the second type of the electrochemical, what we can call as the hydrogen-based energy storage. This one hydrogen-based energy storage. Now, so first the hydrogen can be stored. Can be stored. What place is it? Where is it? In the tank. For example, in the tank. How can we store? How can produce? Please use the electrolysis system. Mean it is easy if you have 2 tanks. Put pour the distilled water, for example, and then one part of here is electrolyzer. Needs to the DC supply. Nah, so dia punya gelembung-gelembung nanti itu. Nah, this one is hydrogen part. Nah, so in here, this hydrogen is used by this fuel cell. Because remember fuel cell same like the battery tadi dia ada anode and cathode. Anode to flow the fuel, in here hydrogen. Hydrogen here process chemical produce H positive, goes from this anode to this cathode, and electron flow from this anode to cathode. In this cathode, flow oxygen, O2. So in this cathode, occurs chemical reaction also, H positive plus O2 plus electron. Now, so the all process will produce electricity plus H2O, hydrogen plus heat also. Heat produced by this fuel cell also. Nah, this lah hydrogen-based energy storage. How many kg hydrogen, oxygen, air, and water production by this system? It is given by this formula. O2 usage is equal to 8.29 times 10 power minus 8 VE over PC. For the air usage, 3.57 times 10 power minus 7 multiply PE over PC. H2 usage 1.05 multiply 10 power minus 8 times PE over PC. Water production by the fuel cell is given by 9.34 times 10 power minus 8 times PE over PC. Now, so means if we have the seketul one fuel cell stack, remember this fuel cell is constructed by some cell, to obtain the open circuit voltage of the fuel cell stack. So this fuel cell stack has the cell voltage that given by the VC, and the total power produced by this fuel cell stack is PE. Nah, so kita tengok di sini ini ada PE, ada PC. PE means electrical power, produced by the whole fuel cell stack. What PC in? PC is as the cell voltage. And the different formulation for the A2O2, air, H2 usage, and water production only in the coefficient of the PE over PC. Kan beza dia punya coefficient saja kan? Formula dia Oke? Oke, ini reaction lah in the anode and cathode of the fuel cell It is the yang tadi saya dah explain. Chemical process of the anode, that hydrogen enter the anode produce H positive plus electron flow from the anode to the cathode, and cathode enter oxygen, and tadi kan H plus goes from the anode to the cathode, and also electron from anode to cathode, produce inilah water. So the product of this reaction produce ya H2O with the apa dia punya proses daripada anode to cathode ini H2 plus O2. Ya tadi balance reaction occurs ya means kalau number of the O2 on the right side 1 in here 2 nah should be multiplied by 1/2. Dan kebetulan H is 2 in here right left side same 2 also ya. It is balance reaction ya. Okay, last is thermal energy. Ya, thermal energy storage, ya TS system can store heat to be used later under varying condition such as temperature, place, or power. Ya, in thermal energy storage system, energy is supplied to a storage system to be used at the later time, involving 3 steps: charge, storage, and discharge. Ya, nah, so energy that can be stored by the system given by this formula. MCP multiply delta T ya. M is dia punya mass of storage material. CP is the specific heat and delta T is the temperature. Ya. Nah, inilah dia punya thermal energy storage. The operation system can charge, store, and discharge. Ya, like the filament lah, to heat the water in our room. Or generally we know the photovoltaic to produce the electric from the solar energy to be electrical energy. Or in here what we can call as the solar thermal. Store energy from the solar sun to the store and then can be used to heat the water. This one. Oke. Ada apa soalan? Sarannya? Sarannya?
No, sir.